Hello folks, I'm Joe Tucker, and I'm here to ensure that you and your new coach receive the maximum benefits while you're practicing, learning, and training together. The value and the reason that I invented this tool was out of total necessity, and a lot has to do with my past students and my past customers. I found by studying hundreds of players with and without the video camera that a good 80 to 90% of all players have some major initial alignment, aim, or perception flaws. The first one that I thought was very, very important, I pretty much cured. A lot of players were off center on the cue ball and they didn't know it. So I invented the Third Eye Stroke Trainer. Very, very simple and effective tool. Help players retrain their eyes to see the true center of the cue ball and allow them to work on their stroke. Problem number two, not so easy. I was aware of it before and I helped players correct it, but I get a lot of emails saying, Joe, thank you, I'm hitting the center of the cue ball, my stroke feels good, but I keep missing this ball to the left or the right of the pocket. What do I do? The only advice I had for those people who I couldn't come in personal contact was they had to find a picture that didn't look quite right to them but produced good results, because the picture they were looking at obviously wasn't producing good results. Now that's quite easier said than done. Asking somebody to aim the shot where it looks like they're going into the long rail but it's going in is a difficult task to go against your eyes. But that's what they needed. Now they don't need that. Now, perhaps for the first time in your life and their lives, they're going to aim the lasers, and what's going to happen is you're on a straight in shot, and again this works on all shots, cut shots, bank shots, angle shots, but on the straight in shot it's very valuable because you're going to get lights on both sides of the cue ball, both sides of the object ball, and like I said, for the first time you're going to know before shooting the shot. Now I know a lot of us believed or hoped we were straight in, but nobody ever knew 100% that before the shot that they were lined up perfectly. And so that's how we're going to cure problem number two. Problem number three, a lot of people might be aimed close to center or close to correct, but their stick is in the wrong slot. It's not straight in, it's angled off to the left or to the right, going back and forth straight in a nice slot, but the wrong slot. So we have to straighten out their stroke. That's how we use the groove on top of the trainer. It helps them. You watch it in here. If it's coming back, hugging one side or hugging the other side, I want you to pay a lot of attention to that. As you're stroking, you can look right there. Gives you feedback on what you're doing back here. Sticks coming in and out. So there were some very common flaws that we had, and I was lucky enough to be an instructor and study hundreds of these players, and I became aware of this problem. If somebody else was aware at how common this is, they would have been the ones to invent this tool. So I thank all my students and my past customers for having these problems, and now it's going to be my pleasure to help you retrain yourself. Now I don't know if you're a beginner, an intermediate player, an instructor, or a professional. Okay, so I'm trying to appeal to everybody through this video here. Beginners, take your time, start off slow, don't be in a rush to do all the shots that I'm going to do in this video. Intermediate players, hopefully you've been playing 5, 10, 20 or more years with a stroke flow. Now I don't mean to wish bad things on you, but there's a reason that a lot of us are inconsistent, and it's due to this initial perception. Professional players, they're professionals for a lot of reasons. Hard work, dedication, talent, hours and hours. But one good reason is I believe they perceive the shots properly. They see center cue ball, they see a straight in shot, they have good hand-eye coordination, high level of perception. Another word for hand-eye coordination, I guess. Many of us aren't so blessed. I know I had initial perception flaws, and I know hundreds of millions of other players have them also. So for you, this is going to be like a new life on pool. You're going to be reborn for the first time ever. You're going to be lined up dead straight, know it, and enjoy it. It's going to take you a little while to get used to how to aim the lasers. You know, it's very sensitive. I don't want you to get frustrated the first hour or the first day. It'll probably take most of you a full day to aim these as good as I do. Well, maybe not as good as I do. Maybe that'll take a little bit longer, maybe a week. But it does become easier and easier. What I don't want is for you to get frustrated in 5 minutes, saying I can't do it, you know, or an hour. It'll become easier and easier, trust me. Then what I want you to do, especially working with the straight-in shot, is I want you to work on your fundamentals. We now have a perfectly aligned shot. It might not look correct to you. When I straighten out players, giving them lessons, most of the time it doesn't look correct to them. But after an hour or two, they start to trust me over their eyes, and we get good results. The problem is, the lesson ends, they pay up, I go home, they go home, we meet a week or two later, and the floors come back. It's very tough to retrain your eyes, but with this tool here, you can create a lasting change through some steady training. And I'm going to try to make it as fun and interesting. Hitting balls dead solid perfect is fun and interesting for pool players. So I want you to pay very close attention to the straight-in workout. And I want you to do that most. I'm going to show you all shots that I recommend that you practice and you get good at. But you have to develop a good routine for the straight-in shots. When you do get straight in, and it doesn't look correct to you, make some adjustments to your stance, perhaps to your head position. You know, I had to change my stance, move my head a little bit to the right, bring in my left eye more into the picture. Now it's my left eye, my dominant eye. I don't care. And I don't care what yours is. What I do want you to do is line this up straight, move your head around, your stance around, to find a picture that's most agreeable with these lasers. Because these lasers aren't lying to you. That's what you want to do. Find something that's most agreeable. The stance might not be real comfortable at first. I know it wasn't for me, adjusting and changing after years. Okay, but the results will motivate you to change. Okay, you're going to get straighter than ever before, and hopefully get a lot of joy out of that, and hopefully, or definitely improve your pool game. Now in this training video, what I've decided to do is shoot from an overhead view and not talk to you while I'm shooting. That way I can shoot more shots and show you more, and while I'm doing the voiceover, I can explain more. It's much better than me talking to you for 5 minutes and then shooting 1 or 2 shots. I want to shoot longer clips, you know, to show you that I'm not lying to you, show you the benefits that you're in for in the long run. And that's going to be my goal in this training video. Shoot longer clips. Obviously, we're going to have to do segments, but I'm going to do as long as I can, talk to you as much as I can, and help you the most I can. And if there's anything I missed, any questions you have, make sure you email me through the website, joetucker.net, and I'll do the best I can for you. Right now, I want to start off with some simple up-downs, get comfortable stroking with this laser, and we'll also do some not so simple up-downs. Then we're going to get right into the straight-in workout. That's where I want you to receive the most benefits. So I'll be right back, and we're going to do an overhead view of some straight up-downs.